how should we start? Do you want to start it off?
We can start with a hello. That's how we can start.
Okay.
Yeah, we can start with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Do I know y'all people?
Do you what?
Do I know y'all people?
Do you know?
Well, I know me.
Okay. Well, introduce yourself.
Most certainly. So just to start this off, my name is Darius, and I'm from Fort Myers, and this is our first or inaugural podcast, and I'm super excited about it. Should I continue?
It's up to you.
So I guess we do have a lot to discuss today,
Right.
being our first. So I'm going to pass it on to you.
All right, and my name is Onika, also known as Miss Kinkies. And I'm just excited to be here with my girls.
Last I checked, I got a penis.
Me too, actually.
Your girls. Your damn girls. I don't know nothing about that.
You know,
Your girls.
I kind of prefer being called a guy because I do.
ain't no damn
but
drag.
It's okay, I get it.
not
It's
in
a term
drag.
of endearment, so we're gonna.
Right.
It's okay, but
So I can't call y'all sis?
no.
You can call him sis.
No. I'd rather no. Darius is good.
Kim, okay, I can't call y'all sis.
So go
okay?
ahead.
My name is Ronnie Kim,
Hey, Ronnie Kim.
and I am a native of Fort Myers, Florida. Glad to be here. My astrological sign is Capricorn.
Nobody?
December the 23rd. And I do live near the downtown area. I am not afraid of the microphone at all,
Yes.
in all aspects. And, and we're just trying to start something. You notice that we have not given out a name, because that's going to be the first thing that we come to pass during our time, our show, our podcast that we're calling, because this is
Yes.
brand new to all of us. This is the first time we've
Most
been together.
certainly. Most
So that's. I think we've all did introductions. Let's talk about this name, because we got a name issue. We got an identity issue. I know who the hell I am.
So-
but we got an identity issue.
So shall I start the story?
It's just up to you.
Okay, so
Let it fly.
over a year ago, Kim and I have been friends since 2004?
Something like that.
Yeah, so we've been friends for about 16 years now. And just in the past year, well, actually 2018, I had been talking to Kim. In 2019, I've been talking to Kim about podcasting, because it's something that I discovered and I thought it was quite interesting. And I know that Kim does have a very big personality. He's very
God.
funny. And every time that we run into each other, it's like we don't skip a beat in a sense, but we laugh the whole time about whatever it is that we're discussing. And I felt like it would make for great entertainment and content for a podcast. So I've been trying to edge him on to, let's get this started. You've been in radio before, so you have a great voice, you have a great personality. We click very well, so definitely it's an opportunity to jump on the bandwagon in a sense. There's approximately 850,000 podcasts out there. There's about 6 million blogs, which a lot of people do blogs as well, but podcasts is something kind of new. It kind of takes away myself. I would say I don't want to say it takes away. But it's just a part of the culture in a sense. It's a part of the millennium in a sense. So anyway, about a month or so ago, I ran into Kim at the grocery store, as I always run into him somewhere, and I brought it up again.
I'm glad he didn't see me shoplifting.
Well, if you were, I was going to tell you, go ahead and put that extra steak in your pants for me,
It was
and I'll meet
already
you
there,
outside.
but I just added a couple more.
But most certainly, Kim brought it to my attention that there was someone else who was also talking to him about a podcast by the name of Miss Onika or Miss Kinkies.
Yes.
So Kim said that he suggested that we should all meet up and have dinner and, discuss it and make sure that we all gel well together. And most certainly we did.
Yes,
I am very fond of Mrs. Kinky. She's a lot of fun. And our conversation that night was really
It was a
good.
show within itself.
It was a show.
It really was.
Somebody should have been recording us.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
seriously.
Because and I found that because we are three different people, we are actually from three different generations. We all had three different perspectives on our discussion that was going on. Some of it we agreed, some of it we didn't, some we agreed to disagree. But that led us to our next meeting, which leads us into this comment in regards to at the time that we decided to start the podcast, we came up here to the Martian. What is it? Mystic Martians. Excuse me, Mystic Martians.
Shout out to them.
Definitely a plug.
Right.
Came up, visited the studio, met Icy. Most certainly loved the feel of the studio.
Vibe, yes, great vibes.
Absolutely. And decided that we want to do this. And then, of course, Icy, who is our executive producer, made us aware that, there's certain things that we need to have, and one of them being a title. So after leaving that time, we actually said, let's brainstorm, come up with some ideas. Onika came with a few, which were cool, but one of the things was these podcast names had been taken. So I came up with a few as well.
We can mention them, by the way.
Okay, most certainly.
We can mention them.
Let me pull them up real quick.
You can mention yours too, because
Yeah.
you know I'm gonna mention mine. Here we go.
Mine
You know I'm
was
mention
taken.
mine.
Go, since you know yours
Well,
off the top
yeah,
of your head, you say
Onika
yours first.
came up with the real spill, but
Right.
that's been taken. And then I took the opportunity to Google to make sure that these names have not been taken, because in my research I find that doing a podcast, you do have to have a good title that
Yes,
is
you
going to
do.
be catchy and that somewhat, is geared towards what you're going to discuss within the podcast.
Absolutely.
So Onika initially came up with the real spill. I didn't see that. She also came up with, I think her husband came up with 3 queens. Is that right?
No, it's two.
No.
No, that's not what it
yeah.
is.
I came up with the 2 gays and a queen.
Right.
Because, by the way, I'm gay. If you haven't figured it out by now, I am homosexual.
You
And,
didn't mention that in your
I
in your
didn't mention
opening.
that. Yes,
Mine
I
was-
apologize.
I never knew.
Oh, really?
This is brand new to me.
Oh, okay. Well, surprise.
I came up with the tea room and the real spill.
Yes.
I didn't do 3 queens, I don't think.
I thought you sent me the 3.
It
That was
was
for something else, I think.
okay.
Oh,
It
okay.
It did come up though.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, I think you did because in one of your. Well, anyway.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, so I thought based off of the what Onika first started with the real spill, I really really liked that because I thought as some of us gay guys do and some girls as well. All right, what's the T?
Not some, all gay men.
Some, because we got some of those that are, how they say with this whole binary thing, cisgendered, who
I don't
identify
know
with
all
male,
of
blah,
that.
blah, blah,
Either you like penis or you don't. Or you like your same or you don't. It ain't, I gonna get all the binary and all that fluid, gender fluid. You either like your own sex
Okay.
or you don't.
So this is going to blow up soon because he's already offended like 50 people right now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But that's the generational thing, though.
It is. It
Yeah.
is true.
So back in the day, they didn't have all these different names.
It was
Yeah, it
either
was-
you did it, and you did it,
So either you're gay or not.
or you
you're-
didn't.
Or you were like, you were a sissy or you were a
Punk.
fag or
Punk.
punk,
It's
which
for
is
my
very
punk.
offensive nowadays. And,
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Or either there was sugar in your tank and all of these different things that are
The shaking of the hand, like
Yeah,
he
you know,
kind of funny.
he kinda
no,
funny.
he ain't kind of funny. He a whole lot funny. All that, and
Yes, so that is true. So in light of that, with having the fact that there are 2 of us that are, well, I'm sorry, I am gay. I will claim that. You're straight, Kim.
I'm gender fluid, binary, bi-curious, sexual, striation, sexual.
Okay, so he's a little bit of everything. But anyway, as a part of the culture and how they, how we gossip or talk to one another or, just talk to one another. What's the word I'm looking for? How we build camaraderie. Just chill, basically. Not Netflix and chill, but just chill. I thought, off of the real spill, I thought of pour me some more. Because, of course, whenever you are with your girls or your friends, you want to spill that tea. Pour me a little more. Let me get a little more juice, So definitely, and being that we are going to be talking about a lot of different things, that's why I thought of pour me some more. I also thought of KOD to kind of play off of the King of Diamonds. Everyone knows about that. Also, I realized just last night I was at my cousin's house and we were having a birthday dinner there. I was thinking about J. Cole's album, King, KOD, but it stands for so many things for him. But KOD for me was Kim, Onika, and Darius, because that is the three of us. You know, it's the
And
KOD
I do like it.
I do too, actually. I truly do.
Yeah.
Then I did come up with the two gays and a queen.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because it's cute. I don't. Sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I might call myself a queen, but really I am a king.
Right. Okay.
But definitely, you know, Onika would be our queen, and then of course Kim and myself would be the two gays.
Right.
Also, another title I came up with, which actually I plan on making this out of my book because of some experiences that I've had within my lifetime, but come what may. Because our show is basically going to be about topics that just come up, and whatever comes up, that's, you know, whatever it may be. So, and then we'll discuss it. And my last one, which was my favorite, and I seem to have shared it with a few friends and family members as well, because as I mentioned previously, we are of three different generations. Kim he's the last of the baby boomers.
Wow.
I am a part of Generation X, and Miss Onika here is a millennial, in a sense, based on her age and the time that she was born. And that's with all of us. I came up with Gen, Gen, straight up, because it's three generations in here, and we're just straight up talking a bunch of BS, just having a good time as friends, and just, you know, Gen, straight up. So as I proposed those initially, it was thought that maybe we should let the fans decide as we build a fan base.
I wholeheartedly believe that too.
Yeah, and that's, you know what, it's not that I disagree with it. I am very open to it. However, with everything that we are required to do in order to make this podcast go as far as we can go, we need something to call it initially. And so hence, that's why I thought today we should just temporarily as a group decide on a name. It doesn't have to be the five that I came up with, but something that identifies us and our podcast as well, you know, just for a temporary thing. And then, of course, propose a poll to the fans as we build a fan base, because this is our first show. It will take some time. This show goes out once a week. It's not like a radio show, whereas it's being broadcast on a daily basis. But this show is going to go on several platforms, and it is going to take some time to generate what we need. And then, of course, we are going to come to that point whichever ones that come about that sparks our interest and that fits our mold, we three would have to decide on that.
I don't know why you brought up the names that you had, and Anika Kinky, you brought up the names that you had, but y'all forgetting the names that I had. And we went around and around on the conference call.
I was going to allow.
No, but you ain't bring it up, so I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah, I was going to allow you to bring
421. 421.
And what does that stand for?
You know what it stands for, so you might as well say it.
The people don't know what it stands for.
I'm going to tell you what it stands for.
Do.
Four balls, two penises, and one is one vagina. 421.
But wait. You didn't say one vagina.
Look here, I'm being nice tonight. This the first night. They got to get used to me.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll go with that.
Yeah,
we'll
421. They getting used to me.
Okay.
That was the only name you thought of?
No, it was another name, too.
You also came up with, you said that one, and then you also came up with Miss Pinky and her two punks.
I did come
Yeah,
up
and
with
which,
that. I said, I'm glad you remember it.
Yeah, I did.
It's coming back.
But
yeah,
Anika,
it did come up.
Anika mentioned that it was quite offensive to her friends,
yes.
which she does have a lot of gay friends.
I do.
That and the word punk as well as faggot is very offensive to her.
But see, where I was coming from with that is if you're being called a derogatory name, you don't want to give it power. So when you use it,
right,
you are desensitizing it.
Absolutely.
So that's why I chose that. I know what I did.
Okay.
I know what I did.
So you had purpose behind your name.
I most certainly did. I most certainly did. So what I'm saying, I want the fans to choose our name. We can come up with a name until we get it, the council. But see, what I wanted the fans to choose it, because after they listen to us, then they'll have an opportunity to figure out what we should be called.
Right.
Because I want it to be their show too. I want them to be active in it.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more.
So why was we talking about this at 6:30?
Because
because Icy said that we have to have a name when he uploads us.
Why can't we be like Prince and just have a symbol?
Do you have a symbol in mind?
Yes.
Oh gosh. What's
Thank
the symbol?
you. Y'all already know.
What's the symbol?
Y'all already know.
Well,
Why can't we be called like something like peaches and eggplants?
Peaches and eggplants.
Right.
Well,
See, there you go with y'all.
No,
y'all
you know
gotta
what?
y'all gotta get out of your comfort zone.
You know what?
Come on, you can't. That's clean. That's the cleanest. Because I want to go dirtier than that.
It is clean. However, I think that we want to establish a show that is not.
This ain't for kids.
It's not for kids. That is true. But I think that we want to broaden our horizons and not talk about things that are always sexual. And that's what that gives me.
But you know what, though? You bring up a good point. You bring up a very good point.
Sex is amazing.
Oh, yes, sex is amazing. Don't get me wrong.
People do love
If
to talk
you look
about
at some
sex.
of these, if you look around this room and some of these damn pictures and stuff, it's sex in it. Sex is in everything.
Right.
Now, don't make me go deep.
Sex
in
is
it.
what brings
Sex
us
is in
about,
everything.
you know?
Why these dudes got muscles and everything? Why they need all the muscles? Why they fight one another? Sex is in everything. You have to find it sometimes. Sometimes it's subliminal, but sex is in everything. So
Even cartoons.
it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
I mean,
it is there. It's in music. It is in everything. That's how we got here.
Right.
And we're not children. None of us are children.
Right.
I
No
wholeheartedly.
children should be listening
I mean,
to
even plants have sex. You drinking orange juice
Maybe
or
we
something like
should've
that.
did a
Even
disclaimer.
what? Maybe we need
We
one.
need a disclaimer.
We do. Carl.
Yeah,
Good
I would
Lord.
agree. I mean,
Right.
it is important to because we are 3 adults here.
Right.
I mean,
Totally.
there's no.
I can't be
Never
more.
know
I'm more
what's going
adult.
on.
Yeah, we are
Never
3 adults
know.
here.
I can't be more adult than I am.
I know you're
For real.
and you're the oldest out of all of
It's-
us, which
I
is
ain't
fine.
scared of me. I know who the hell I
Which is
am.
fine.
I know who I am.
Yeah, and
Not
that's
saying
important.
that y'all don't know y'all.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. But I
offense
completely.
taken.
I agree with you what you're saying, and yes, it is true. Maybe we should do a disclaimer at the beginning of the show. This ain't Miss Parker, okay?
This ain't Baby Shark.
This isn't Baby
Right.
Shark. But most certainly, I want to talk about things for me personally, and then we'll go on. But one of the things that I thought when I dreamed up the idea of having a podcast is because yes, you and I, we most of the time our conversations are about sex, but it's also
That's
about
my point.
Yeah, a lot of our conversations.
And everything goes back to the root of sex.
Well, that is true. Everything
Yeah.
gets to the root of sex. But also, we've had conversations about our community and what's going on in it. And by the way, I want to say to you, I did actually read the plan again about the Midtown redevelopment as it's stated, but we all know it's gentrification. But that's okay.
Right.
That's okay. It may bring about some employment or bring about economic development within some of the communities that we have grown up in. But most certainly, I did see that they are tearing down the stadium, as you said.
Yeah,
we were
because
talking
see,
about.
when we were talking, you said that they're gonna try to keep it.
I thought they did. I thought I must have read something else, but I read it again, and sure enough, they are going to tear down that stadium.
It's not
and
totally
put it-
paid for.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not totally paid for, but they're gonna tear it down.
And build what?
You mean we
They're
can't
going to build
have-
another park. Yeah, they're going to build another park there. Basically, what they're doing, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to
No, it's
like
fine.
change the subject, but basically what they're doing here in Fort Myers is they're gonna do this Midtown area. They're calling it Midtown. So back in the 90s, when I was growing up, I can remember when they tore down the homes that were where that park is currently located. To build the park to bring the Red Sox stadium or the Boston Red Sox into town because it was the spring training, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I can remember my uncle who lived in one of those apartments. The landlord took the money, of course. Why wouldn't he? And kicked them out, and he needed a place to stay. So of course, this is what they're going to do now. Not only are they tearing down that stadium, but they're going to tear down some of the apartments and rebuild them as well. So these are some
Into
of the
luxury. apartments and
Yes,
condos.
Oh,
yes.
really?
So
Yes.
they're gonna build places that people.
Can't afford.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say. You know, of course, I know that by law they have to allow so many people who have low income to stay in them, but it's how many of them are gonna be able to, and how many are gonna get kicked out because of something minor as
Right.
well, so that they can rent it to somebody that's gonna pay. But definitely, these are the type of things that you and I have talked about besides sex as well. So that's why I feel like it's important to have a name that describes us in a sense, and that is going to talk about. It just gives people an idea of what we are going to discuss.
Everything.
And we will talk about everything as the weeks come along. We will discuss everything. So, but yeah, so that was it. Yes, the conversation last Thursday last Tuesday when we actually last Monday. We it got a little heated.
I was scared.
It's nothing to be afraid
Yo,
of.
I wasn't.
You know what?
I was basically like just trying to be chill and let y'all do whatever, but
Yeah.
I knew y'all would be okay. If y'all been
Yeah.
friends this long, everybody gonna have a disagreement. So
Yeah.
I just let y'all be. I didn't want to really too much say something.
Yeah, and the reason why I kind of shut down is because I'm in a place in my life. A lot has happened in my life. I'm in a place where I want to have nothing but peace in my life, and I don't want to interrupt that peace. So I had to like calm myself down, get quiet, and listen. Actually, and listen. And yes, I am open to our fans once we get them to be interactive or not interactive. Is it interactive? Mm-hmm. I want them to interact with us, and it would be nice for them to decide. But in the meantime, for I guess you could say logistics purposes, we need a name.
You know what I think?
What?
Just call us the council. For now.
Someone already has
Nobody
that.
said the city council, just the council until we get a name. We don't have a name yet. And we're just like this is our first podcast. And I just want to let us vibe, let people get to know us.
I agree.
Oh, Nika,
I'm listening.
you got anything, sugar?
No.
You
I
ain't got
like the
nothing?
one that you sent earlier, and
What did I?
by the
I
way,
forgot what I spent.
my thing is, by the way, guys, I can tell you this right off. I do not like to text that much, but I understand
do.
because of see, a millennial.
Yeah, 'cause if you call me, if I'm texting you and you call me, I'm not picking up.
Yeah,
I don't
and that's
talk.
fine. And I know that that's a part of our culture now that a lot of us do texting, but you can't really convey your feeling via text. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, I just reconnected with a friend.
Because you can't take things the wrong things.
Yeah.
The wrong way during
Yeah.
you don't know how they're saying
I
it.
just reconnected with a friend of mine, and he apologized to me for some of the things that he said via text. And he remembered that I do not like to text, and it is hard to decipher what people are saying. Like, you
Right,
can see what it
take
says in
rude and they're not needing it to be
Ex-
rude, and that's true.
exactly.
That
So,
is true.
so when you sent that text earlier this afternoon,
Which
Anika, I love you.
You know how many people text me about
Oh,
sex
and that's
toys,
right. This is a businesswoman, by the
pills,
way.
cock rings.
Onika is like, oh.
Yes.
And by the way, I need to place my order. Okay,
Right.
so.
I get so many text messages. It's ridiculous.
But one of the things that you had said, and I thought it was cute. I like that you said I like the name "Give It to Me," and I thought it was cute. And I went ahead and Googled it to make sure that there were no other podcasts with that name, and there are none. And the reason, and you said because y'all don't GAF, meaning give a fuck, which is what y'all say. And I took it as because y'all don't give a fuck about the title. I was like, yes, I do give a fuck about the title. But see, that's what I mean about texting. Like, you don't even think.
Because you did say P.S.
I do give a fuck. Yes,
I
yes.
was saying y'all don't give a fuck what y'all
say.
say.
And that was true. And that's what.
Right.
And then after I thought about it, I was like, oh, that's what she means.
Right.
You know. And so, true enough, I like that title as well.
Right.
So, certainly, I think that we collectively can think or agree upon just a temporary title for now, because I know that one of the things that Kim had in our meeting last Monday.
Say it. I won't put it out there.
One of the things that Kim said that was a concern because of us coming up with different titles it gives ownership to one of the persons, and we're doing this as a group, the three of
Right.
us equally.
Right.
I necessarily didn't see it that way because I think that as a group we can all decide on one of the suggestions that have been brought about. I don't feel it as ownership of that one person, but it's ownership of the three of us together because that's what you stated initially. And again,
I meant that.
Right.
Yeah,
And I think
and I believe you meant it.
I understood what he was saying. I think that what he was saying is because of his experience.
It's my
Yes.
past experience.
Right.
yeah,
So-
and I get that. And as a
And we, like I was telling you, I was like, we can say what we're not gonna do all day, and the
Yeah.
same thing that we're saying, somebody else could have said, and then they did.
they
total
did that,
opposite.
yeah.
So you have to understand. I had to, we got to understand where everybody coming from. and
Because
why
it's
they
different
think
generations
things.
and everything.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, Destiny Child, they all started with Destiny Child, but everybody knew Beyonce ran it. And look where she is, and look where the other two ladies is.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams?
Michelle
She's a gospel
Williams.
singer.
Right, but she is, but she ain't doing the things Beyonce doing. She's not at that level.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's
But
feelings,
okay.
but she's not.
Right.
Yeah, but she can't
And
sing
neither
either.
is-
I'm sorry, Michelle, my girl, but she can't. She can sing, but she doesn't sing as well,
as
in my
Beyonce,
opinion.
no.
In my opinion, actually, I
And I'm
think
not a Beyonce fan, but I
Yeah.
have to give credit when it's due. The girl can sing. She's a great performer. But
She is.
she is.
Those other girls ain't even in her
Yeah.
category.
But no, but I will say, what's the other one?
Kelly Rowland.
She can sing.
She can
She
sing.
actually can
Kelly
sing.
can
But
sing.
But they are
still
not.
on the level.
But
Yeah.
see, the reason I even bring them up is because of the name. They started as Destiny Child, but everybody knew in the group that Beyonce was the star. of the
Oh,
group.
yeah,
And see,
totally.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Everybody's equal.
Right.
Even
So-
with the name KOD,
Uh-huh.
Kim, Onika, and Darius, I don't even want that because that would put me first, and I don't want that
Well,
to be.
I don't. I mean,
I
I don't.
don't.
Okay, well then we can scratch that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we can scratch.
Even though I
that.
do like KOD. It
I
sounds
do
nice.
too. I
Yeah,
do
so
too.
that's
I like,
why we need an
Yeah.
outside source
To
to
think of
name
the
us,
name.
to name us.
Right.
That's
Well, I think-
that's why I'm looking
But
for that.
you know what? Put it this way, Kim. Let's just say this: if we started a business together, and we got the storefront, we've already made a deposit on the business and everything, and then all of a sudden, we let's say we're selling widgets. You know, that's what they do in
no,
business school.
let's say we selling sweet potato pies on the corner of Ford and Martin Luther King.
Okay,
let's say
okay.
that.
So we're selling sweet potato pies on Ford
white,
and Martin
white
Luther
people
King.
have widgets.
Okay, white people.
They
I
have
was gonna
widgets.
say we selling
You know what?
sex
I'll
toys.
take it one up. We're
Right.
gonna sell sweet potato cheesecakes, like the one that you
Wait,
love
wait,
that I
okay.
made.
Give me that. At least we keeping it real. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's just say that. Okay, me, Kim, and Onika are starting a business, and we have a
Gonna bake.
storefront. We're gonna bake sweet potato cheesecakes. So we have people coming, but it's like, well, what's the name of y'all business? Well, we don't have a name yet. We're gonna let you guys decide.
But that'll
on
be
the name.
$7.
Yes. no, bitch. My cheesecakes are 25. But anyway.
All right then. All right then. That's what I'm saying.
No.
So, but see, that's what it
But
boils
no.
down to. To me,
Yeah.
it really doesn't boil down to the name.
But
Not to me. It boils down to the product, meaning
I was
what
about
we
to
do.
say, no matter what the name is, they don't give a damn what's on the outside.
They
As long
don't.
as it's good sweet potato
That's
cheesecake,
it.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
yeah.
And
but still,
They'll
yeah.
be like, I'm going down yonder to what you call it them, but they got some good ass
Right.
sweet potato pie.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
okay. Maybe that was a bad example, but
Don't do that.
but basically,
Don't do that, Onika. Even though it was. But don't do that. No. Don't do that, Onika.
But yeah, but I just think it's important so that we do establish ourselves and make it real in a sense. If we don't have a name, to me, it doesn't. To me, and this is just my opinion.
Right.
To me, without a name, it doesn't make it real. Just like when you said that when you had your baby, you didn't name your baby until you saw the baby. So that makes it, to me, that's in my mind, I thought, well, then that makes it real because I birthed them.
Right.
So
And we're not born right now. We're still in the womb, so it's okay that we don't have a name yet.
And that's what I've been saying to y'all while I was trying to eat my
A name
crab
is-
dip.
a name
When I was trying to
is
eat my
crab
crab
dip
dip,
and your
I was
crackers.
trying to eat my crab
A
dip.
name
That's what,
is very important.
It is
but
very
we are
important.
in the womb right now.
I think
Yeah.
it's
And
secondary.
as we
I think it's secondary.
as we're
I don't think it's
born-
primary.
yeah.
No, as we're born, the name will come.
Well, I think I take that back. I mean, I take it as we are born because now we're being recorded.
Right.
So this
That
is
is
actually
true.
we've actually started. We started this.
Well,
it's
right now
being
the
recorded.
head out. The head out. The baby head out right
Well,
now.
at the end of this hour, the baby is going to be completely out. So then we have to go to our executive producer and say,
well, we can do this, like you said, a temporary name.
yeah,
Until,
I just think a temporary
But-
name.
never mind.
So we good? We good with that? We did talk that out?
That's done. We can go to our first topic.
Okay,
But
what-
I just wanna
what
know why
is
he
it?
bought me this water like this.
Oh, what
Go
is the
ahead,
name?
Go ahead.
What is the name? Okay, it's
KOD for right now.
That
I
works
like
for me.
KOD, and I like
That
what
works
is
for
it?
me.
Pour Me Some More.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have a tie because I like Pour Me Some More too.
No, we don't have a tie. You
well,
ready?
What do you
Pour
wanna
me
go
some
with?
more KOD. Bam. Done. Next.
Damn, I like that.
Right.
I
Next.
kind of like that.
Next.
Now let's talk about
next.
what's our first topic we're gonna talk about.
Onika, I want you to bring up something.
Yeah,
it
you-
does not matter.
you go
it
ahead.
Don't matter to me. It really, really
All
don't.
right, wait a minute. Let's just meditate on that because I like that. I like that.
It don't
Pour
matter
me
to
some
me.
more KOD. Okay. I
Okay.
like that.
We can talk about
Girl, I'm glad. Thank
whatever
you.
y'all want to talk about.
I know.
Okay, I'll bring
Is
up
it
something.
Go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead. I'll let
Okay,
you.
how about at 8 o'clock last night?
What happened at 8 o'clock last night?
My friend called me, not a male, but a friend. You know, women tend to love gay men.
I do.
A lot of women do.
Yeah, I do.
Because y'all want to change us.
No, I don't.
But we know what we like. We know what we like. But
Right.
but at 8 o'clock I get a telephone call. My friend want to hook up. So and she, you know, it's Saturday night. I'm single.
Right.
And you know, she want to go out. Now I'm not big. I'm a man panther. I'm older.
Oh,
So
okay.
all I'm thinking about is, you know, it's church tomorrow, and I want to watch the evening news and wake up and cook me some breakfast on Sunday. This the thing. We go and eat, had a nice time, caught up. Then she want to go to the sex shop.
Why you ain't call me?
First, getting to that.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Right.
She want to go to the sex shop. Okay, I don't have no problem going to the sex shop.
Right.
You know, there's some local places I would go in. As soon as I hit the door, they greet me. They tell me what they got new. Not that I'm gonna buy it. They just want me to know what was in the store. I miss that. But
Do you visit them often? Or you used to visit
I
them
would,
often?
I
Okay.
used to go to them often. I ain't
Okay.
ashamed. See, I ain't ashamed. I ain't one of the people that park behind the
So you park
building.
up front.
Park right up
So
front.
what did you used
I
to
catch the
buy?
bus and pull the thing and tell the bus driver to drop me off right in front of it.
What
I'm
did
that
you
kind
used
of
to buy?
person.
What you used to
I'm
buy?
not.
What did you used to buy?
Yeah.
Ms.
Oh, well.
We ain't talking about that.
Okay.
We ain't talking about that yet. But I don't have a problem with going
Right.
to name shops. So we went to name shop.
Okay.
And we go in, and she looking for certain things. I ain't gonna put her out totally. She looking for certain things, and I'm looking around, and I'm noticing the vibe. It was a nice vibe going on in there. And I just looked at all these myriad of things, of all these different colors and shapes, and they do this and they do that. I even learned about one last night that you operated. No, let me say it right. This contraption is for women and some gay men. This contraption, the woman or the other person got it. They got it on them. But the partner can be somewhere else
Right.
around the world. You know what I'm talking
It's a
about?
wireless bullet.
They can be
Control by
anywhere
remote.
around the world.
What is it?
No, that's the We Vibe.
So you know what I'm talking
It's
about.
an app that you download on your phone.
What is it?
It's called the We Vibe. And the woman, it looks like a U like this, and a woman puts it inside her vagina. There's a part inside her vagina, and there's another part that sits right on the clit. He can download the app on his phone.
Anywhere in
He
the
can be
world.
in Africa, and I'm
And-
in Fort Myers. He can control it for his phone and make it vibrate. I could be sitting right here, and he could be out of town,
Are you
and he can
Are you
control it.
serious?
Yes.
called the We Vibe.
I didn't get that from you.
We have
I got
that.
that last night. And I'm thinking, because I got a crazy warped mind. I'm thinking, damn, how horny can you be?
It's fun.
How
So
is
wait a
that
minute.
fun?
I-
And
I-
that's what I'm
I
getting
do-
at. How is that fun?
It's fun.
That-
It's
that
exciting
some-
because you never know. I never know when my partner's gonna push that button. I could be talking to you right now. He can.
But
Are you serious?
Why?
Let me make
Why?
sure. So let me.
It's fun.
But
It's
why?
exciting. It's
no, that's not
new.
exciting.
Yes.
So you can be talking to your boss, and your boss about to let you go from a job or
Right.
something like that, and all of a sudden,
Well, hey, at least if the boss is letting you go from the job and he hey, okay, I'm good, thank you.
The We Vibe is the bomb. I'm the owner of the We Vibe.
So let me make sure I understand this correctly. So
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah,
you need to.
So the fee. Okay, so your partner
Right.
has an app
Right.
that he can play with because you're wearing an apparatus
Right.
that will.
In Bluetooth feature, so not I don't want to say Bluetooth. It's wireless. So when he downloads that app controls that toy. So it's
That's
like
It don't have to be a guy. It can
And-
be any
And
connection.
you can. It has
Yeah,
like
yeah. Well, that's why I said
different
partner.
functions.
I want to be politically correct, so I said
Right.
partner.
And it has different functions, different speeds, different whatever. So he can put it on 20, he can put it on 10, he can put it wherever he wants, but he controls it from his phone. But you can also use it while having sex. And that's the shit.
Wow. I
It's
tell
small
you.
enough to where he can slide in while it's inside of you. So you got something vibrating on your clit. You got him inside your vagina, and also something hitting your G-spot. So that's 3 penetrations at one time, and you're gonna die.
And I just learned about it
And that's
last night.
So old. That toy is old.
It's old.
I just learned about it.
Old. When that
I
toy
just
first
learned
came
about
out,
it.
that toy was like $100+. Now you can get it for like 60
Wow.
Right.
High tech.
from Kinki's. I don't know about the other name shops.
I can't even have a long distance relationship,
I can't even get a
Let
text message back. Come on.
let alone somebody controlling my sexual activity that ain't in the same room with me. And that's what boggled my mind. And then I thought of all these crazy kind of things that you can do on it. You can just like slide it in somebody's office or something and just have it there, and they lock it in there and then just operate or something. You know, they bringing toys to work and crap like that. I've just thought of that. I seen it on Facebook at first, but I also seen the penis ring thing camera.
The what?
What?
It's like the Ring doorbell.
Right.
The guy wear it on his thing.
Wow.
Like a GPS
No, it takes video
of his penis?
of the activity.
On his penis.
Yes.
I haven't seen that, and I won't be
It,
selling that.
it
Yeah, that's-
exists. I touched it last night in the store.
They going too far.
$200.
Wow.
So I'm like,
So there's a camera for your penis,
It
so
go-
it can
but it's
it
like
can
the-
record your activity. Is
Yes.
that- really?
Maybe
Yes.
people would get that if they think their spouse or somebody's cheating, I guess.
But is
But
it?
if you got to
but
go
you
that
wear
far,
it.
So it's almost like a cock ring.
it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
A
And
cock
then it
ring
has
with
a
a
camera.
camera.
It records.
okay, now that makes
I don't know
more.
how exciting that could
But
be.
I guess if you want to try to make a porno.
Yeah, but then it's showing the activity it's going inside, and
Right.
and that's gonna be dark. It's like what?
Yeah,
I mean there's movement, but how
that's kind
exciting
of
can that be?
pointless. I would.
The reason I'm bringing these things up,
Why?
I didn't know I was going to end up at the shop last night.
You didn't
but
know you were gonna-
my eyes was open to the new things, the newfangled things that people are doing now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot going on, which I'm not trying to make this show all about sex or anything, but
Yeah.
I will always, more than likely, I will always bring it back to the root, either sex or food. I will always bring it back to them like components, because those things are important. And for me, if you mix the two of them, I'm cracking out. It's crack for me.
Well, speaking of which, that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about since
Go
we were talking
ahead.
about
I'm
sex.
done. I'm done.
And it's a. I don't want to beat this down, but the whole. It's. I had 2 topics tonight.
It's generational too on how people
Yeah.
react and do stuff.
So
too.
I had 2 topics. One of them was about because I was watching another show and they were talking about pornography in relationships and how it affected. But another thing, I think that kind of goes along with that. But I don't want to move on to something more so about transgendered families. So that was a big topic this week with regards to Dwayne Wade and his son Zion,
Yeah, I
who is
heard a
now
little bit about
Zaya, wanting to use the pronouns he, she, her, and whatever else. And for me personally, I think that it made a hot topic because of the fact that, first of all, here's this athlete who is, all male, I guess, the way to say it, who's got this son who now wants to be called or referred to as girl or referred to as a girl or a female. And with regards to that, the son is only 12 years old. So for me personally, I appreciate the fact that Dwayne Wade is supporting his child.
That's his blood.
And I think that's the most important thing because, of course, as we grew up, you didn't see that support from families, to, of course, a family member may support you in your football. They may support you in your basketball or baseball or in school, but in your own sexuality or finding your own truth. Now, of course, one of the things that stood out to me the most was this boozy badass guy who's a rapper of some sort. Is that what he is?
Badass, Lil Boosie.
That's the. So my niece always gets me. I always say boozy, but it's Boosie, right? Boosie. Okay. So Boosie badass, I guess, apparently made a comment regarding this. And he put it on his Instagram, and then I guess a few days later or something, he was going into Planet Fitness, and
the manager, I guess, is gay.
Yeah.
So he told him he couldn't come in.
Yeah.
Because of his video.
Yes.
But
I also read that because he did he do the video? I didn't see the video, and I feel bad. I need to do more research, but I guess he did the video at the Planet Fitness.
He was working out when he made the video on his IG. I seen the video.
In which, me being a Planet Fitness member, it is true that they do have signs that the camera, you can't use the camera in the bathroom, and you're not.
He wasn't in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things. He was on the machine, but you're not supposed to use it. Or you're not supposed to use your phone in those areas, supposedly. But everybody does it.
They do.
He only had it on his face.
Yeah.
You couldn't see nobody behind
but
him.
They
but
do.
That's their rule.
Yeah, they do have a designated area for cell phone usage. So, in a sense, that was kind of the reason that I think that manager went about it. But one of the things that bothered me the most is not about Boozy Badass, but one of the comments that I read about him is that he's got 8 kids. And they're like, why don't you worry about your 8 kids instead of Dwayne Wade's 1 child? Right. And, but I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but we have to remember that trans people are people too.
I just feel, honestly, not to cut you off,
no.
I have 4 sons, and I know at 12 years old, I don't care what nobody say, you know what you're attracted to at 12 years old.
You kind of do.
Don't wanna,
I agree with that.
People don't want to say, oh, he don't know what he want. That man know if he want a dick or pussy. Like,
I
he
agree.
know.
Yeah.
But if my son came to me and said he wanted to cut his penis off at 12, I would be like, hold on.
Wait a minute, yeah.
Wait till you're 18, and if that's what you want to do at the age of 18, I will let you do that. But that's what a lot of people were saying, like, man, don't cut the man.
Yeah,
Don't let him
but
cut his penis
that's
off
not
at
what
12.
he's doing. That's not what he's doing now.
Supposedly, I guess that's what's.
That's not what he's doing.
Okay,
though.
so that's not true.
No,
what
that's
I
not
was
what he's
hearing
doing.
was
He's just,
the son was gonna be.
He just
transgender
right
as
now.
far as
Right now he just
operation.
wants to be referred to as.
Oh no, I wouldn't
as
have a problem with
female.
that.
He wants to
wouldn't.
use those pronouns, but not to change his gender completely.
Okay, so
yeah.
So even then,
And that was
badass. You call him Boosie badass, Lil Boosie. That's what I call him.
That's what
His
the
video
headline said that. So.
Was not based on facts then, because that's what he was saying in the video.
Yeah.
Like, man, don't cut that man.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. And I
Now,
agree with
now
that
one of the
part.
things that he did say that I kind of agree with is that our hormones change, our bodies change, our tastes change. So yes, definitely support him right now.
Right.
But what if later on at 16 he decides, you know what, hey, I think I'd rather be a man or I like girls. Then support him then as well, but don't bash him at the same time. Like, wait a minute, you said you want to be a girl, now you want to be a guy. So, but that's the one thing I'm not trying to, I kind of agree with. Let him truly decide, or leave that open space, because of course, at 16 he might change his mind.
Right.
He might change his mind.
But he definitely know what he's attracted to at
And
12 years old.
And I like the fact
how I
that
think.
Gabrielle Union did reach out to some of the transgender actresses out there, like Angelica Ross and the ones from Pose, the show Pose. No one's watched the show Pose. Okay, anyway, I
ain't got cable.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
I ain't got Netflix.
Oh. Okay, well,
know.
moving right
I don't
along.
watch it,
But
but
one
my
of the
friends
things,
watch it.
one of the things I wanted to bring up though, because I think it's truly important for all of us to care about one another. But I did look it up, and I was just like astonished by it, especially when you have people like that are spreading ignorance and hatred. But there were a total last year of 331 transgender people murdered, either by being lynched, hanged, or even shot. And it's not right, because they are humans too. I think it's best to say that mind your business,
Right.
in a sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mind your business. Pay attention to your family.
I don't think people even care as much. They only care because it's D Wade. If it was
Yeah.
somebody local that said this, I don't think it would be such a big deal.
That is true. I think so. But
it
I think
just-
but I think it starts a conversation, and it truly helps people to understand that, you can care for your child.
Right.
Because see, like back in the day, Kim and I, if we came out, like, you get your ass beat by your family,
Right.
rather than saying,
And they disown you.
and they disown you. And that does happen a lot. And that's where I wanted to go with the topic about the DLs when we talked about that the
Right.
other night, because it's rooted in that, the pain, the fear of being disowned by your family. And this is
That's
why
sad.
this is why they do that. But I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's great that Dwayne Wade is supporting
Of
his son and
course.
showing other black men, especially, that you can do that too.
Right.
Because it's really, to me, it's really bad in the black family and the black culture. It's funny to me that you can go to church and be the tambourine player or the choir director, but you can't be the pastor. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is changing though nowadays.
It is,
It's
it is,
changing.
but there are a lot of people that are still,
Side-eyed.
yeah. So, but that's it. That's what I wanted to discuss and see what you guys felt about it as well. What do you, I mean?
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
If it was your son and your son came to you and said,
Well, I wouldn't have a
However-
problem with it, but there's some sectors out there, people that don't even want gay people to have kids, but yet they won't adopt them. If they can sit their whole entire life in foster care, but they don't want gay males to have them, to
Yeah.
raise them. And some gay families, I'm single, but some gay families,
So am I.
they making a lot of cash.
Yeah. Actually,
A lot.
do you think
and
that people
they can
feel like
and they can adopt
if
these
two-
kids.
But
But there's some people that we all may know that may say,
why
I don't
do
have
you
a problem
feel-
with it.
I would say, why do you feel they do? Why do you feel that they have a problem
You know,
with two
it's-
males adopting?
Because it's a deep root in them, not from their parents per se,
Yeah.
of something that may have happened to them that they aren't ready to address.
Yeah.
So by seeing a person transgender or gay, it is a threat to them just to exist. Just to exist, because it makes them think of what may have happened to them in their past, whether it was good or bad or whatever they think. It brings it up. By that person existing, it brings it up. So they want to smother that out, as well as they want to smother out what's going on with them. You know what? I heard about it, but I heard about it briefly.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a whole bunch about it.
Yeah.
And by the way, they retired Dwayne Wade's
Yeah, and I saw
his
that.
jersey. I thought that was nice. I just want to
Yeah.
throw that in there.
I think
That
they retired his jersey, which I think
and
is
his
a good,
number.
He retired?
Yeah.
You didn't know?
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like last year or 2
It was
years
last
ago.
year.
I
It
don't
was like
follow-
last year ago.
I don't
Yeah.
follow
Yeah,
sports.
I mean, I don't follow sports, but I do check into a lot of pop culture, what's going on. I'm not, even though I'm not active on Facebook, a lot of my friends and family know. However, I've been looking at a lot of TikTok, but I do keep up with what's going on. I'm not FOMO. I don't have no fear of missing out. A reason why I decided to get off of Facebook because of a lot of negativity that was on there that I started
There's a
to
lot
see.
of positive on there as well.
There is some
too.
positive.
A lot of people say Facebook negative, but it's for, you can use it.
Facebook
for
is what you make it.
You
Right.
can.
I use it
It's
to
what you
market.
make it.
That is true. You can use it as a tool for what you can make it how you want it to be. But I guess I kind of got disappointed with some of my friends, especially when it came to situations where there were young men dying, especially young black men that were dying, and they were making comments that were pretty negative. And
Racist.
yeah, in a sense. And these are friends that I did not expect for that. and it made me think about, I have 2 nephews who are 19, and I love them to death, and I would do anything for them. Right. And it's scary for me when I was away for a little bit and I had them driving my vehicle, and it's like, what if a cop stops them? You know, what if a cop stops them and decides to shoot them? And I have.
You have to train them.
And
right.
and it's sad that we have to train. We have to train our young men to be that way.
Nature of living in America.
And it's sad.
It's a part of it.
Right. Even myself, and actually, it's really funny because I personally, when I go running, like you guys know, I run. At least I try to every once in a while. When I go running, and especially at nighttime, sometimes I do see like women who are Caucasian, who are either walking, just getting their exercise, or running themselves. And I would go across the street because I don't want to be nowhere near them, right. Just in the event that something does happen or a cop comes up and, hey, what are you doing? You know, and of course I'm always dressed in all black too. And even like during the daytime too. But I say that because of what's going on right now in the nation. And it's scary. It's not just scary for my young nephews, but it's scary for me as well. Right. So I try to make it so that I'm not placing myself in a situation, you know what I'm saying, that could not look like what it really is. Mm-hmm. Me just trying to drop these 50 pounds before I go to Jazz in the Gardens
but in
the next couple of weeks.
But I still don't recommend, even for you, the climate is so bad. Yeah. I still don't recommend you running at night. I don't. I'm serious, and I'm coming from a pure place. I don't recommend it.
I said it at night. Even
I heard
you. Right.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
The latest
it's that bad.
Yeah, it is. The latest I go is like 10:30.
That's late.
And I just
thank you.
So true enough, even though I'd say that I'm mindful of what's going on, but I also have a faith in God that is just unbelievable, that I don't feel that anything's going to happen to me. And I try to stay on the positive. I try to stay on that wavelength, whereas I'm feeling positive about myself and nothing's going to happen. But at the same time, like my mom will say, I always say, I got God on my side. And my mom's like, well, God didn't make no fools either.
Absolutely.
I was about to say that. God is good, but the enemy is real too.
Yes, yes. So I do.
Some people out there don't believe in God.
Yeah, and I get that, and I'd like to stay when I do run at night. I go to the park, Centennial Park, where I know that there's other people out. I stay within the lights. I don't go into the dark parts. And again, like I said, I did see like there's a couple of women, which I don't understand how they're out there by themselves, for one thing. But then again, I have another friend that she used to run in the morning time, and she keeps her pistol on her. She say a prayer, but she keeps her pistol tucked. Okay, but so I don't know what those ladies can or cannot do, but I do fear for them. But I also fear for myself because I don't want to be caught up in something that I had nothing to do with. So of course, if I see them, I try to run the other way or either go to the other side of the street because I don't want to be nowhere near. And I know that there's cameras downtown after certain incidents that had occurred down there. So I definitely try to make sure that I'm visible, you know. So, yeah, but that's all. I mean, I definitely wanted to talk about little Zaya. I think that it's great that Dwayne Wade is supporting his son the way that he is.
One thing you mentioned, and I'm not saying this negative. I'm not saying this negative. But one thing you brought up about the transgender, and transgender are important. They're part of the LGBTQ,
A++, and all of that stuff.
Which I still don't get the Q yet.
But
that shows my generation. But you didn't bring it's gays out there that are getting killed as well. I mean, I know you had the numbers for the transgenders, but there's gay bashing going on each and every day. Like you know, I still feel deep down in my heart for Justice Smollett and what happened to him in Chicago. You know, that shouldn't have happened to him. I don't know what happened, but it shouldn't have happened to him.
Well, I thought they said he lied.
I believe he did.
Well, why they got him on charges then?
Because he falsified the crime.
Right.
So yeah, that's why they brought him
really?
on charges.
Yes, that wasn't true. He didn't really get beat up.
He didn't really get beat up.
Where you been?
And and that's
I feel
good,
so sorry for Jesse Smollett and all he's been through.
And that's a good thing.
He's
and that's
nothing.
that's what makes it bad for those who are harmed. You know, that's what makes it bad.
I gotta read more on that. I gotta do some more research on that.
And truthfully,
you don't never see on Facebook people be like, "You a Justice Smollett liar."
But that's
for real, what you been?
Well, I'm just feeling for all of
Okay,
my
but don't
gay
use
brethren
that.
and
You know what?
Don't use them as
And
an example.
I will do
Don't
the
use them
research
as-
on that as well, and you're right. But you know what? And it's situations like that causes
worse.
people make things worse
Right.
because I'll be we'll wait till later on. I can tell you a story about myself being in a similar situation, and it's like one of the things, so I really feel bad because of like the Me Too movement and things of that nature, and the Time's Up movement, because some people like to say that
I'm gay and I don't even like to tell women they look nice no more. I don't even want.
I
I don't do
know,
it.
I know, it's
I don't do it. It's just bad. It's bad. You ain't supposed to do that.
you have to,
and you ain't supposed to hug at work. Did you know that?
No, I
You
didn't
ain't supposed to
know
hug no more at work.
You
At
know what?
corporate jobs, you ain't supposed to even
Funny
hug.
you should mention that
I'm
because
bringing it up for a reason because I know you.
yeah,
You ain't supposed to hug
I
your
was
coworkers.
I was at work the other day. I'm
what
not
I'm
gonna
doing.
say where I work just
Yeah.
yet, but I was at work the other day and a customer came in. And this customer, she remembered me from the last time she was there, and she like held out her hands for me to hug her, and I didn't think nothing of it, but to go ahead and hug her. And my vice president was there, the vice president of the company was there, the regional vice president, the vice president of merchandising, and the regional vice president asked, he was like, Darius, what did she get? I saw she hugged you. And I was like, well, I just, making her feel better. Because she was saying that she had a rough day and she needed a hug. So it was like perfect. And I'm that type of person. But I was like, oh my gosh, what are they thinking?
Mm-hmm.
And after they left, I was still thinking about that. What is he going to say? Because the regional vice president got in the car with my district manager. So it made me wonder, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because he didn't ride with the other executives. Is he going to say something about me hugging that customer?
It could be anything.
Yeah. But, she was an old lady, but she was having a rough day. And I was, I was obliged. I wasn't obliged, but I didn't mind, giving her a hug. And
Right.
even though she only spent $100. But
She spent
That's
my
all
one.
she had.
she needed to
She's on
spend
a fixed
$5,000.
She's on a fixed income.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was sweet, though. But, yeah, it is true. You have to be
You have to
careful.
be mindful of these things. It's like it's just getting crazy out there. But I would say you rocking that, to a woman, and I have to hold that. I have to hold that.
Yeah, and it's sad. Even as a gay man, you have to be careful. Remember,
You're not excused.
You're not. Remember, I was telling you we were talking in our first meeting about I think you said something about girls liking you or wanting to change you, and I said that girls do tend to believe that we're all. Not all girls, but like even at the gym sometimes, girls be thinking that I'm looking at them. I'm like, honey, no, I'm not looking at you, but your man, I might be.
Right.
People, I'd be wanting to say sometimes, please don't flatter yourself because you're not that cute, first of all. And secondly, I like men. I like the same thing that you like. Okay, so don't even flatter yourself. So it does tend to happen. Women tend to have that guard up too, and they think that every man is flirting with them or want them and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, if you ain't cute in the straight world, you're not cute in the gay world either, okay?
That is true.
So just, pump your brakes, sis. I do not want you.
How is our time right now? Because, time just fly by.
I know it does.
hour.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Because I think we started a little late.
Oh, well,
too.
then that's true.
Are we good on time or? Did he? I thought he just.
Yeah.
Did he pop
So
in?
I think our time might be up.
Our time might be up. I think this was fun. This was a great first episode.
Yeah, it was.
And
We are looking for names, but how are the people that watch us? How are they gonna give those names? Because I want suggestions.
Tell them to DM you on Facebook.
Okay.
You can DM Kim with your name, thoughts, Darius with your name, thoughts. What's your Facebook name?
So my Facebook is Darius Jackson, DERRIUS Jackson. My Instagram, which I don't go on that often either, is at simply. Oh, geez, I have to look it up actually. Definitely, I would love for. I'm very open to names. Of course, we will all have to decide as well on those. But my name is simply Darius. That's SIMPLYDERRIUS _credit_solutions. You can hit me up there as well. And then on Snapchat, if you like, you can hit me up at Simpy. Unfortunately, I know you're unable to change your Snapchat name, which I don't really understand, but it is Simpy Darius, SIMPYDERRIUS. Go ahead, Onika. What's your?
My Facebook name is Onika McClain, ONEIKA McClain, MCCLAIN, and my Instagram name is at Kinky's Adult Toys, and my Snapchat name is Miss Kinky's to you.
Oh, I
So
like
you can
that.
DM me your name suggestions.
I'm Ronnie Kim Newson, Facebook. That's what you can call me, DM me, however you want to get a hold of me. I don't care. But we're looking for some names. But what's our temporary name that we said?
I think it
on
should
here?
go KOD.
Was it Pour Me
So
Some More?
should we go
KOD?
KOD? Pour me some more, or pour me some more KOD?
Pour Me Some More KOD, because that's
Okay.
what we got for now. But it's gonna
You
grow
know
from
what? That
there.
is good. I like that. Actually.
Pour Me Some More KOD. Now,
Pour me some more KOD.
any closing remarks? Because any closing remarks? I don't really have none. It's been fun.
I
been fun. It's
don't
been
really
real.
have any, but I do want to leave. I had a nice little quote that I was going to end this with.
Y'all so funny. Y'all generation so funny. See, you would have it if you wrote it in the tablet,
It's-
in your tablet and pen and paper. You'd have it already.
So one of the things I want to say is definitely one of the quotes I have is, some changes look negative on the surface, but you will soon realize that space is being created in your life for something new to emerge.
That is true.
And
I
also,
like that.
I'm gonna throw one more in that I really like, and I found that was really cute. Carrying the legacy of the previous wounds into the new relationship is not a good thing. You have to let those things go. So, and with that, I'll say it. That's it.
I'm just gonna end it with fuck everything, get money.
Okay.
And I want to shout out a friend of mine that passed away this past week and such. It's kind of tough, yeah. And we can talk about this another podcast, but it was funny. I had to go and see this person after they passed away, and it was kind of messed up, and it's kind of lingering. But I want to shout out the family, the Let's Go family. They lost a loved one, and I lost a friend, and it's death is something bad, and some people don't want to talk about death, but we're going to get more. As we do this more, we're going to talk about that more. But I just want to shout out the Let's Go family. They in mourning right now, and I feel for them.
All
Other
right.
than that,
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.